going quietly?
Hundreds of activists and supporters of student loan forgiveness rallied outside the U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday, while inside, the justices heard arguments over the legality of President Joe Biden's plan to cancel $430 billion in student debt for about 40 million borrowers. 6 Republican-controlled states and 2 student borrowers sued to stop the plan, arguing it exceeded the president's authority. The Biden administration cited a 2003 law permitting the government to modify or waive federal loans in emergencies, but conservative justices who command a 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court seemed skeptical. Here's Chief Justice John Roberts.
We're talking about $500 billion and 43 million Americans. How does that fit under the normal understanding of modifying?
Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar, representing the government, argued the law permitted waiving debts in emergencies.
Congress itself has provided for loan discharge in other circumstances in response to borrower hardship. It's included provisions in the Higher Education Act for bankruptcy, for example, or for total disability or school closure, other kinds of hardships. And so it couldn't have surprised Congress one bit that in response to hardship posed by a national emergency, the Secretary might consider similarly providing discharge if that's what it takes to make sure borrowers don't default.
Under the Democratic president's plan, the U.S. government would forgive up to $10,000 in federal student debt for Americans making under $125,000 who took out loans to pay for college and other post-secondary education, and $20,000 for recipients of Pell Grants awarded to students from lower-income families.
By the time I'm done with it, with just law school, I have about $200,000 in student loan debt.
Jarius Adams, a second-year law student at Howard University, rallied outside the court Tuesday.
Having some of those student loans forgiven, it creates a more promising future.
The cost of higher education has skyrocketed in the United States in the past 3 decades. U.S. borrowers now hold about $1.77 trillion in student debt, according to the latest Federal Reserve figures. Also, according to research from the Federal Reserve, states in the Deep South will get the greatest benefit per borrower from the Biden plan, including South Carolina, one of the 6 states challenging the effort in court.